landed like a chicken's leg too.
The depth of unamused ennui staring back at you from those ovine eyes is startling.
Are you referring to the ballerina? Oh, so funny, so funny.
With two shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
That click. This floor plate triggered something.
You there. Come here. Hey. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Suit yourself. But we're all in...
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps.
Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Those idiots can't even walk straight without mucking it up. Was it Rick's? I bet it was Rick's. Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs. If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Some offense... Keep your hands where I can see them. Hurry it up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
A dead Magister. Somebody'll have to take the blame for this, and it won't be me.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Empty.
No key? No problem.
Empty.
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they? Don't you dare! If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse and put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking. Only to...
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and...
There's been a murder. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Hands to yourself, bloody sorcerer.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirth.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people. Finn was killed by... It looks more like a... Listen, bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold... Think about it. It's one... Who's your real... You let me know if you...
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're
I know
cattle.
you. I heard you sing once. Before. Out there. Wow.
One of us would...
Hey! I know who you are. You're a singer. My mum likes you.
Could I reassure you?
Wow! You look cool. I like your hair. I like your eyes. I like your colour. I have one too.
Tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
An elf sits tucked away.
Snake Eye.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last.
She gives your arm a...
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. A dark, dank place. I remember it well. As everyone lay sleeping, you sat in the dark with wakeful eyes, looking rather lovingly at... me! Huh. My, aren't you a pretty cup full of sugar and spice?
She pats you on the shoulder.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down with a...
Never say never, though.
Hang you right over the side of the ship with it.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this trampy fan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like...
What are you conspiring about over there?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
A broad dwarf sits He raises an eye.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
The ship, of course.
His eyes snap.
Murder? I wouldn't know anything about... I kill a man.
His eyes flutter shut.
Whether they catch me is another matter. But...
A wave of sound.
And?
You've got this wolf on a
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, but there's more. Listen close. There now, just like squeeze. Aha!
His eyes snap.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew. It's the wheel. Burn my beard. Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears. Yeah, no.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Gero.
He continues.
Well, well, what have...
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
I always knew you'd turn up from to the Ben nest. Your kind always hung closest to our device.
All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
I'm inspecting your teeth. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, but to feel the correct... On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
It was one of them. I know it.
Dear Lord, I might as well try and teach mathematics to a dog chasing its tail. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. As per your own testimony, you can cook and tailor, but your personal hygiene reminds one of a carcass rotting in the sun. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. Of course you'll accept. Mine wasn't an offer. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment.
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do